Hi everyone, my name is Jamie. This right here is Robin. She was in my last video. And in this video we are going to be talking about how to find a good doctor, nutritionist, and a good therapist for chronic fatigue syndrome. You may find a lot of good doctors, but that doesn't mean that they are educated or even believe in chronic fatigue syndrome. And before I start, I just want to say how incredibly happy I am with all the support that I've gotten on the Facebook page. I'm going to put that down below in case you haven't checked it out yet. Place for us to get together and talk about what we're going through and connect new research articles. And also, if you like these videos, please hit like on the YouTube page and subscribe so people are able to see it. And let's get started. So the first thing that I would recommend is finding a good therapist. There was a study done that 99% of people with chronic fatigue syndrome at some point were depressed. And that is completely understandable since we have all these symptoms and our life is changing and we're not able to do what we were originally able to do, and it's very stressful. It can be very depressing, and that is so understandable. And sometimes we need help to kind of get us through that. And even I'm going to say that personally, before I got this illness, I actually didn't even, I don't know, I didn't believe that therapists could help as much as they really can. For me, honestly, a therapist was the difference between being bedridden and being able to be out of bed and here talking to you. So I can't stress how important enough that stress is to get rid of. And so I'm going to tell you my favorite website to find a therapist on. And sometimes you might have to go therapist shopping. You really want to find one that you connect with. You can find a good therapist, but maybe you just don't have chemistry with them. And if you're going to be giving them your personal history and talking about really personal things, you definitely want to connect with them. So this amazing website, which is called psychologytoday.com, I think Robin's out of here, psychologytoday.com. I'm going to put that in the description below, is an amazing website. You can find a therapist near you and you can narrow down the results for what you want to talk to them about and what they specialize in. So therapists, they cover a whole spectrum of things, but therapists, a lot of them have certain specialties. And I am going to say the one that you want to find is chronic illness, which is on there, which is awesome. So that is the number one thing that I suggest that you click on. And another thing, obviously, if you're going in there for depression, then click depression. I would also click stress management. That is so incredibly important. I am going to say that over and over and over because I want it to get in your head that stress can really make our symptoms so much worse, and stress relief can make our symptoms so much better. It's crazy to think that stress relief can actually take so much physical pain away. It is just so awesome. And another thing that this website can do, it can help narrow down your insurance, so you don't have to go calling around asking if they take your insurance. It'll just tell you right there. You just click on your insurance. Or if you don't have insurance, you click on a therapist that has a sliding scale fee, so they will do it based on your income. It is just such an awesome website. And another thing that they have that you can click on, which is so awesome for us, is Skype availability. So if you're bedridden and it's really hard for you to go out and go anywhere, you can click Skype availability if you have a webcam, and you can have your therapy session online, which is so great. I mean, there are so many times that I have not been able to get out of bed and I don't know how I'm going to be feeling that day, so I'm like, can we just do a Skype session? And it's the greatest thing ever. You get your therapy over the internet. I am going to say that if you can, the first time or the first 2 times that you see your therapist, you're probably going to want to see them in person because you're going to want to see if you have chemistry with them. And you can pick so many things. I mean, you can pick you know, this, if you want them to be the same religion as you can pick that. It has everything on there. It has Buddhism. You know, you can click spirituality. Everything. It is such an awesome website. Going to put it down below in the description, and I really hope you guys can utilize it. The therapist is going to be really helpful, especially if you get disability. They will be just as helpful as doctors in getting that. They will know you very well. You're going to be talking to them a lot more than your doctors, most likely, so they're going to know what you can and can't do, and that's something that disability is going to ask you. So I hope this website helps you. It has helped me tremendously. And so the next thing is how to find a good doctor. So the websites that I like to use the most for doctors are vitals.com and healthgrades.com. And what is so great about both of them is that they both say where the doctor graduated from, what school, and vitals.com, what I really like is that they have patient reviews. So you really want to look at that before you go to the doctor, because you could be going to a doctor that has 1 out of 4-star reviews, and if you find a doctor with the same insurance that has 4 out of 4 stars, obviously you're going to want to see the best doctor out there. Just that your doctor is going to be your advocate. Get what you can out of your doctor. And I have a big dog coming towards me. And so it's just really great that way. And also when you're getting your diagnosis, chronic fatigue syndrome does not come alone. You are going, a lot of times they're going to send you to a gastroenterologist, sometimes a nutritionist, and all of those things you can look on Vitals or Health Grades and see how good of a doctor they are. And some key words that when you're looking at patient reviews, if you see that the doctor has empathy, take that doctor, because there can be some good doctors that have horrible bedside manner, and if you can handle that, then that's great. But a lot of people with chronic fatigue syndrome are really sensitive. I cried one time when I went to a doctor because it was a rheumatologist. They had to rule that out to make sure I didn't have arthritis because I was having joint pain. And the rheumatologist, I brought up chronic fatigue syndrome, and he seemed to actually get mad at me that I brought it up. And he said the only reason he believed that I was sick was because I mentioned that I used to surf and I don't surf anymore. And so he was saying, well, obviously if you're not surfing now, I know how much surfers like surfing, so I guess you are sick. And I just ended up crying. I'm like, okay, so you wouldn't have believed me otherwise? That's kind of mean. And so, and then I that was a recommendation someone gave me, and then I went home and looked at vitals.com, and he had like 2 out of 4 stars. So I could have avoided that whole thing by just going on Vitals or Health Grades before. So you can do that for any kind of doctor, and that is going to save you so much stress from going to bad doctors. Another key word is you want, well, I guess a key sentence is that if you hear people saying like they spent time with me, they actually believed me, just take that into consideration, that that's something that you want out of a doctor. And if you're reading reviews saying, oh, they just wanted me in and out, they didn't believe me, they didn't help me, obviously don't go to that one. So, you know, a lot of people just, you know, look at what doctor is close to them and just go, but there are websites that have ratings of people that are happy with their doctors and people that aren't happy with their doctors. Go to a doctor that people are happy with. It's really as simple as that. So get a good doctor, get a good therapist, and sometimes they even work together, which is great, and they, you know, they are going to be your advocate through this whole thing. So I really hope that this video helps you. I'm going to put the links for all of the websites that I just mentioned below. If you have any questions or If you live in a country that doesn't have these websites, let me know, and I do have a lot of free time and I actually really like doing this, so I can try to help you find a website that can help narrow down doctors and therapists for you. And support has just been so great. I know I've already said this, but I'm just so excited about this. If you like this video, please click like on YouTube and subscribe so you can see more, and check out the Facebook page to connect with other people. And once again, thank you so much, and so glad that you guys watched this video. I'll see you next time.